Hello, hello, hello. I hope you don't mind this little contact here, but it's Diana from Precious Memories Parties. Well, I'm sure you remember who I am. You did ask me to organise your party for you, so I'd hope you'd remember me. Tarquin can't be with us. He's busy sorting out another party, so it's just going to be little old me. Right, so let me go over what I've managed to organise for your party, for your birthday. Right, now you wanted a performer. I know you would have liked Taylor Swift, but she's well busy, and I've tried a few. Pink, also busy. Tried a number of other performers, and well, to be absolutely honest, it's not so much that they're busy, but your budget's a little bit on the low side. But you know that pub down by the park that has a weekly drag act? He's up for it, and for the budget that you've got. Um, okay, his shape's a bit off, and his clothes are rather charity shop. And to be perfectly honest, he doesn't have much of a voice, but he's a good laugh, and he's up for a laugh. So I hope you don't mind, but I've got him to come. And I know also you really wanted everyone to be serenaded whilst you're going up in a hot air balloon. Again, we've hit the old budget snag. So I got some blow up party balloons. Everyone can hold one and wave it in the air as he's singing. How about that? Sort of close, isn't it? Food. Now, I know you really wanted that rather sort of the moment a chef from London called Salt Bay, who does all those fancy steaks. Well, steaks, he just drops salt on them. Bitter. Now, if you want steak, I would suggest we don't try for Salt Bay because, to be perfectly honest, he is also out of your budget. But there's a place, I don't know if you know it, not too far from you, called the Inkwell Pub, and they apparently have a great reputation for steaks. It's also a little straining on your budget. So I would suggest, if you don't want to put a bit more so you can go to the Inkwell, I would suggest you do a McDonald's. Let's face it, steak, beef burger, sort of fairly close, aren't they? Fairly close. Next thing, you wanted a champagne tower, all that champagne being poured on the top and all coming down. Now, yes, I give you, it does look pretty stunning. It really sort of has a pizzazz, a wow, or whatever word you want to use. But what I found is they pour the champagne on the top, it all comes bubbling down, and it's pretty flat by the time anyone gets to drink it. So I would suggest, well, I tell you what I've done. Instead of having the champagne tower, I've got some cans of lemonade. They make a nice tower. Then when people pop them open, they are very, very fizzy. So, and also that fits into your budget a bit better. Next, you wanted a rain of rose petals. Now, I agree, that does look pretty gorgeous. Same snag, budget, darling. So what I got you was a gender reveal cannon. Let's just say you're going to be having a girl. Yes. Strawberry and cream tower. Couple of hitches on this. One is the fact that you've picked a rather bad time of year to be asking for strawberries, because you've got Henley Regatta, you have got Royal Ascot, and of course you've got Wimbledon, all of which have loads of strawberries and cream. I know, I go to all of them every year, and it's really hard to find a supplier for strawberries who can do the sorts of numbers that you're going to need. But more importantly, in this hot weather, and it is a bit on the warm side, isn't it? that cream tumbling down, keeping that cold is going to be a bit difficult. So I came up with a great solution. Instead of strawberries and cream, actual strawberries and cream, I got a load of those sweets that are called strawberry and cream, um, and then just made a great big pile, big tower of them. Now, the one warning I must give you is they are sugar free, and the thing they use to make it sugar free does can sort of give you diarrhea. So you want to make sure your guests don't have too many. I really can't imagine what it would be like to have a room full of drunk people who've all got diarrhea. So, just make sure everyone knows and sort of doesn't have more than sort of 3 or 4 of them. And because of that heat, I know you also wanted fans. Yes, a bit difficult to do that, but more importantly, I came up with an idea that is probably a bit more exciting for you. Well, for you and the other girls and certain men you might have in your party. I found 10 rather fit young men who are happy to stand around without their top on with these large fans. They can just stand there and wave them. Oh, I love doing the interviews for those. Anyway, I thought that might be a bit more exciting. I managed to sort of get that squeezed out of the budget, and thought you might just, enjoy that. Finally, security. I know you really wanted someone to stand outside and make sure that the people you didn't want couldn't get in. Unfortunately, the money I spent on those lovely, lovely young men meant I didn't have anything left over for the security budget. So, my darling, I came up with a great idea. It'll do exactly the same, but wouldn't cost anything. How about that then? That's what you need. Anyway, if you have any questions or any problems, just let me or Tarquin know. Thank you very much.